If you want to land more clients, then it's time to learn the art of writing a business proposal. And there is an art form to it. You can think of business proposals as a more detailed version of a cover letter. So it's your chance to stand out from other freelancers' proposals by showing how well you understand the prospective client's problems and why your solutions are the best for their business. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to craft killer proposals, the kind that lands clients. Hi, I'm Brant, and this is Indy, a productivity platform to help you manage your freelance business from start to finish. You know those guys that want to charge you thousands of dollars to turn you into a freelancing expert? Well, we're doing it for free because we know how challenging it can be out there, and we want to make freelancing simple. So if that sounds like the stuff you want to know more about, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these tips. Now, for freelancers, proposals are the most important thing you need to nail down. After all, no proposal, no clients. Not a good combination for freelancers, if you know what I mean. So today we're gonna crack the code of what makes a great business proposal. Starting with these 9 essential elements every proposal needs. Number 1, lots and lots of research. Number 2, create an executive summary. Number 3, mention the problem. Number 4, you need to discuss the solutions. Number 5, share your qualifications and social proof. Number 6, include your pricing. Number 7, include the terms and conditions. Number 8, add an agreement and a call to action. And number 9, make your proposal scannable. Now, before we walk through the proposal template, the first thing you want to do is research your client really well. And I mean really well. And not just about their business. Check to see if they've been on any podcasts recently. Have they written any great blog posts? These are all areas that you can compliment the client on and show that you've done their research and that you care about their business. It can also give you some great insight into the kinds of problems that they're experiencing so that you can tailor your proposal better to their situation. And if you happen to have anything in common with this client, you can mention those things too. Doing your research up front and then writing the proposal is going to give you an unparalleled edge over your competitors. Because you don't want to send the same proposal to every client. Clients are they're gonna see through that right away. It's just not going to feel very personal to them. So you want to make sure that they feel like you wrote this proposal for them and not 50 other people too. Starting off with a template is going to allow you the time that you need to personalize that template to make your ideas stand out from everyone else. So now let's walk through a proposal template to help you get started. So here we have our proposal template, and at the top of this proposal, you can add business logo, you can change your background image, which are 2 things that will immediately make your proposal stand out as being unique to you and your branding. If you don't want to add a business logo, you don't have to. What you'll see instead is just the title of your proposal. So the first thing we want to focus on in a business proposal is the overview and goals. This is also known as the executive summary. Every proposal needs to have an executive summary that quickly answers the following questions. Who are you? To whom are you sending this proposal? What problem will you solve? And why is your solution the best pick for the client? An executive summary is like a cover letter, and there are 2 ingredients that make a great executive summary. Number 1 is keeping things very brief, and number 2 is making it very specific. These 2 elements are important because clients who don't plan to read the entire proposal will just read the executive summary and then skim through the other sections. So if you can give them a perfect snapshot in the summary, they'll be much more likely to keep reading on and take interest in your ideas. So after the executive summary, you'll need to mention the problem. So this section should give an overview of the client's problem. It gives you a chance to show that you clearly understand the pain points of your prospective client. So this is where all that research you did on the client pays off. Get very specific on what the client's problems are so the client knows that you understand how they can achieve their goals. That way you can really knock it out of the park when you discuss the solutions. This is one of the most important steps of writing a business proposal. You want to discuss the solutions of how you can help the client resolve their biggest challenges. Now, a lot of freelancers make the mistake of making this section all about themselves, and it's a really easy mistake to make. Because as freelancers, we want to prove ourselves, which means we end up talking more about ourselves and our skills more than the client.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
Instead, shift the focus to making your proposal all about the client. If you can paint a picture of the kind of benefits and success your client can expect to make from your services, that's how you make the kind of proposal that lands clients. Now, for this section, you can either add it to the overview and goals or scope of work section, but you could also, if you want to, add your own section by dragging in text, dropping in a new section, and making this section all about the client's problems. And it's the same thing for the solutions. You can also add another section that's all about your solutions for the client. And after you've mentioned the client's problems and your solutions for how you're going to help them solve those problems, the scope of work is where you put this plan into action. You're going to paint a picture for the client of what you plan on doing to help them solve this problem, all of the projects you plan on working on, how long it will take you, and how you envision the final product to look. So this is going to be one of your most detailed sections of the entire proposal. It's everything that you mentioned in the executive summary, but this is the section where you can elaborate on that vision that you have for the client. So if you've hooked them in the executive summary, then hopefully they will come down to the scope of work section and get a much more detailed picture of what you're trying to accomplish. So you can make this section as detailed as you want it to be, but just be sure to explain the scope of the project without sparing any details. Next, we'll talk about the timeline. This is where you'll show how long it'll take for you to put this plan into action. For small projects, you can just put a single due date, but for bigger projects, you can also add milestones along the way. So after you've laid out the timeline for the project, you'll want to mention your pricing. And so you'll do this down here in the estimate section. You can type in an item name, say you're going to make a web page, you're going to make one of them, and then you can put your price point. We can just put 500, and it automatically starts tallying up your total amount. And you just keep doing the same thing for every project that you want to create for the client. Now, pricing can be tricky. You don't want to underprice or overprice your product or service. So here are 3 effective ways to approach the pricing section in your business proposal solution. You can either charge by the hour, or what a lot of freelancers will do is come up with a fixed pricing model, which means you have a list of your services and how much each project will cost. So no matter who the client is or how long it takes you to complete the project, you would just charge a flat fee for that project. To come up with these rates, you can do a little bit of competitive pricing. So if you're not sure about how to price your services, check around to see how much competitors are charging and start developing a pricing plan accordingly. Competitive pricing works great for both fixed pricing and for hourly pricing. It's just a great way to see what other people are charging to give yourself a better idea of how you can also price your services. Then down here is any additional services. This is a great place to upsell your client on different projects. They can either directly relate to this project or just be different services that you can do for the client. A lot of the times a client won't know everything that they want or need, and when they see this section, it can spark an idea for something else they'd want you to do. And without this section, you wouldn't have had that opportunity. So if you have other services, I highly recommend you add those here. So next we have this section called Why Me? This is a section where you can share your qualifications and social proof. You'll want to think from a client's point of view. They like what they've read so far, but why should they trust you? How will they know that you're capable of achieving what you're claiming to achieve? So here's where you're going to include your qualifications, your previous success stories, and testimonials. But you might be thinking, what if I don't have any qualifications yet? Well, an easy fix for this is to create some samples. Be sure to let your client know up front that these are just samples, but if they like what they see, there's a good chance they'll still hire you for the job. Another section you'll want to add is the terms and conditions. Any other information that you haven't covered yet can be included in the terms and conditions section. Some essential points to discuss are any legal aspects, such as contracts and agreements, as well as the payment method for how the client can pay you. So one of the last things you'll want to include is an agreement and a call to action. You'll also want to get their signature. Now, this section is basically just an acknowledgement that they read through the proposal. You don't want to mistake this as being an official signature that binds them. If they do want to work with you, you'll still need to send them a contract. And when they sign that contract, that's going to make it official and will give you that binding agreement that you need to protect your business. But this section is just to show that they've read the proposal. It's also great to add a call to action in this section. So when the client reads your proposal and they love what they see, they'll know exactly what they need to do next to move this project forward. And the last thing you want to do is make your proposal scannable. Imagine reading two different business proposals with similar content, but one has huge blocks of text and the other has high quality images that help to illustrate the points. Which proposal would you like better? So including different visuals throughout the proposal make your proposal a lot more appealing and attractive. And most importantly, it makes your proposal scannable. A great proposal needs to be concise and easy to skim through. You can do this by giving appropriate titles to pages, including bullet points, bolding or highlighting important words and phrases, and italicizing words when necessary. Clients have lots of business decisions to make, lots of emails to go through, and the list goes on. So if you can propose a knockout solution to their problem, help them achieve their goals, and it's packaged in a way that's easy to read, then you've all but sealed the deal. So there you have it. That's everything you need to have in your proposal templates. It's important to follow the structure of a proposal template, but what's even more important is to make sure that your proposals stand out from everyone else's by being well-researched, personalized to the client, concise, and easy to read. For even more tips, you can check out our articles on this topic in the description box below. You can also find a link in the description box to Indy's free proposals tool that'll help you put these tips into action. And that's the tool that I use to make the proposal template in this video. And if you're just starting out in your freelancing journey or you're looking for more advice, hit that subscribe button. Indy is a company of freelancers just like you, and we want to give you the tips that we wish we knew along the way to help you grow your business. So let us know in the comments what you want to know more about, and I'll see you next time.